so very well. I just wanted to do a brief video talking about my goals, my reading hopes and dreams for 2023. I am just really grateful to be heading into another year of life, and to be able to enjoy more books and to ruminate on them and to be moved by them. And then I just love through the Kindred Spirits Club and Patreon Zoom discussions, really getting to unpack the different ways that books move us in those discussions. And I just think I love that. So I'm wanting, though, with my New Year enthusiasm, to not go crazy with the reading goals that I have. Hopefully I will have succeeded. Now, one goal I am recycling from last year, and I cannot believe how much I loved it, and it was the book buying limit. I loved that. I thought it was going to feel oppressive, and it felt like freedom. I think because I constantly felt like if I wanted a book, I just had to buy it. And it's not the case. So I found with so many that, I would just add it to a list. I have a little note in my phone, books I want to buy. And a fair number of them, once a few months went by, I thought, did I really want to buy that so much anymore? And then if I did still after a few months, then I could buy it. But a lot I think there's this initial, once you discover a certain book, you're like, I have to buy this book right now. And it feels so, the desire feels so strong. And then over time, it just kind of fades. And you're like, you know what? My life will be okay if I don't have this book. And it just felt very freeing. And so just knowing like I have access to a great library system and I own so many beautiful books, and it was just very good to put things in perspective. But by the end of the year, the 12 number did feel a bit limiting. And I just went kind of crazy then at the end of the year. So I still loved the plan because it really helped me reevaluate how I think about buying books. And so I'm going into the new year saying I will buy 20 books this year. 12 just felt kind of stifling for if I wanted multiple books for Victober and Christmas and middle grade March, it gets to feel a little bit stifling then. So I think 20, hopefully, will be the right number. It was a really fun kind of thing to update you all on what I've been buying. I also sometimes struggle to come up with video ideas, so I loved having a reliable kind of video to do whenever I did buy one. So I will still be doing book buying confessions, maybe not 20 separate videos, maybe talking about a couple books. I don't know. We'll just see at what rate I buy. But I did buy probably 10 books, if not more, at the end of the year. I have a Christmas book haul. I didn't buy all of those, but so hopefully I've gotten some of the buying bug out of me, and then I can start fresh again now, the new year, and just, yeah. So I really enjoyed that goal. And then the next one is to make one book review a month. So my husband pointed out that book review videos are kind of evergreen content. Like it's just there. It will always be kind of this thing. It's not like a March reading wrap up. That feels kind of dated once you're a while from March. And I think it's a great idea. I think the book review videos are very intimidating to do. So my thought is maybe to review my favorite book from each month. But then here's the thing. There is a fair amount of snobbery in the bookish community. And so if my favorite book in a month is a fairy tale retelling, I feel a little bit self-conscious making that a review video, but maybe I need to get over that, and maybe the fairy tale retelling community will be able to find me then. So yeah, I think it's a good plan, and I'm going to see how it goes. So hopefully 12 book reviews by the end of the month. I like the idea of just picking my favorite book each month and doing a review for that. And I think the more I do it, it's just a muscle that I need to exercise. I think I am very in awe of people like Olive over at A Book Olive, who her book reviews are immaculate. So I'm not going to be there for a long time, if ever. And I'm just going to go with it, not take myself too seriously, and hopefully it's fun. It's fun. That's why I do this, for fun. The next one is to read 10 Cinderella retellings. So hopefully this is a goal that doesn't feel oppressive. It just feels fun, because Cinderella retellings they're not Victorian literature, right? Unless it's a Victorian era Cinderella retelling. I don't know if anyway, I digress. hopefully this stays fun. I'm just very sad because I realized at the end of the year I did not read a single Cinderella retelling. And I think maybe in 2021 I hit several duds and then kind of forgot about the project. I don't know what happened, but I am like, no, I am not done with them. And now that I have a Kindle, there's a lot that were like $15 paperbacks or on ebook for a few dollars. And I was not going to spend $15 on a fairy tale retelling I'd never read. Like, it's just not going to happen. There are so many that are written that the library doesn't get. So I'm very excited. Now I feel like having a Kindle has opened up a whole new world of kind of subgenres for me that are not too terribly expensive to indulge. And yes, so really wanting to read some Cinderella retellings, and I'm very excited for that. And I did talk about, where did it go? Oh, well, it's over there. Never mind. The Coachman Rat was a gold book that I held up in one of my Christmas tag videos, and that has really given me the itch. Like, I really want to read that one because the Sur la Lune fairy tale blog, she has read so very many Cinderella retellings, and she says it's one of the best. So I'm like, I must read this. Okay. The next goal is to have 5 guest speakers on my Patreon. So I did, 4 scholar or, bibliophile talks during Victober, and I had the most fun. And on Patreon, I asked, what would you like in this new year? There were lots of wonderful suggestions, including having more guest speakers. So I do know that my friend Daryl, sometimes you might see him in the comments, is a scholar of music. And so we are arranging, he's going to do a talk about the music that Queen Victoria and Prince Albert loved. So I think it will be a really wonderful, immersive kind of talk. I'm very excited. So I have a couple other people that I'm hoping, I can get them to speak on different things. And hopefully 5 is not too ambitious. So that doesn't mean that I won't do interviews for Victober. That will just be public videos, but I think it would just be a really cool bonus thing to have as a part of the Patreon. The next one is to read my Victober 5-star predictions. So hopefully in October, I will be able to sit down and say, here are the books that I have read from the 5-star predictions, or I read them all, or I tried them all, and what I thought about them. So that will just, really want to do that. I would love to have read 25 Victorian novels by the end of the year, which is outrageous because I would love to get to 50 so then I could do a video ranking those 50. It's very fun to do videos ranking things. And I find those do get a bit more traffic, so it's fun to interact with more people through them. So we will see how many Victorian books I actually end up reading this year. And then the next and last is to read 1 book a month suggested to me on Instagram. So I'm feeling very inspired by this because it will be happening throughout the year. I'll be getting new book suggestions. And so when I've done it before, I make a big list at the beginning of the year and then I just get more and more uninspired as the year goes on. So revamping the list each month, and I love the idea of someone being like, oh, you know what? I just read this book and I think Kate would love it. I'm going to recommend this one to her. And so I am drawing a top 3 each month in case and I'm a very generous DNFer. So in case I DNF the first one, I'll have a second backup. And in case I DNF that, then I'll have, a third backup. And if I still, don't like that one, then we'll just call that month a loss. But I don't think that will happen. And I'm very excited about it. So those are kind of my general goals. It is so lovely to be able to put content up. It is such an honor, and I love sharing the books that I love, and I've gotten wonderful recommendations from all of you, and just making this a wonderful community. And yeah, it's just really, really lovely. So I hope you all have, let's all together have the best reading year of our lives, and I will be back with another video soon. Bye.